Make sure it's going on my YouTube here.
I could just watch the stream from the Discord.
Is my YouTube going? Anyone who's on there?
I will tell you in just a second. Yes, you are live.
Okie dokie, perfect. Can you hear what I'm saying? What we're doing?
Yeah, I can. You need to full screen the stream.
Yeah, full screen
You're on
the Twitch.
Delay.
The delay is all right as long as I'm a decent volume. And someone else want to, or Browns, you want to give a few words and hear yourself or something?
Yeah, I just checked all that. I was actually really disoriented about the volume.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Check.
Mic check, 1, check.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Marker, Uncle Bobby here. Report that we are both good to go. Or anybody else tuning in right now? Ooh, I guess I gotta post my streaming link, don't I?
Yes, sir.
Silly me.
Silly you.
What a silly goose I am.
All right, so we officially live on the stream.
Yes, we are. Despite me not posting it.
All right. I'll just a little introduction, a little kickoff, and then on to you guys.
Absolutely.
Once we get the post out, to go. Where's your link?
Streaming links. If you want to copy paste that and post the game of the week something, I'll let you do that.
All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the booth for the first RDFL Week 1 kickoff.
Hello.
I just want to thank everybody for all the effort that they put into getting the stream going, and we are looking forward to a fun season here of Realistic Dynasty football. And I will pass it over to your commentators for the night. All right, guys, take it on over.
All right, my name is Seta, and my commentator right now with me is...
I'm Zaboomphone here. You can call me Zam or Boom. Either way is good with me. We are looking at a great matchup here tonight. Some teams that were equally faced with challenges and successes last year. Equal records. We'll see how they do. Set?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how Justin Herbert fares. I mean, the rookie showed out last year, coming out having 4 games with 3 touchdowns or more with 0 interceptions. On just unheard of numbers, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions total on the year. The kid just looked like an absolute monster. And I'm just excited to see what he can do with a team that's now been built a little more around him to succeed. And, if they can continue to take strides in the right direction like they finished last season, the Chargers are unstoppable, of course. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same thing, especially it might take a week or two. Anthony Lynn is gone as their head coach. So first year coming in, we'll see if any offensive, defensive, really philosophy adjustments injure them at the start of the year. But the talent is there for them to make a really deep playoff run, maybe even be Super Bowl contenders. So, you know what? I'm actually really interested to see how Herbert's sophomore year comes up and how it's compared to tonight's big journeyman QB on the opposite side, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Anything about him?
I mean, there's nothing bad you can really say about Mr. Fitzmagic. He's played in so many different systems under so many different coaches, so many different teams, and he's always seemed to make something out of nothing. He's always been thrust into positions where they kind of needed a stopgap in between drafting a new rookie face of the franchise and their void at the position in the meantime, and he always seems to make that position viable for that team at the moment. He never puts up fantastic numbers, but he never really struggles either. But I mean, we'll see. It's another new system for the man. Like, will he succeed tonight? Is really up to how the team plays around him. Will he have good blocking? Will the running backs, succeed? Will his receivers catch the ball? I don't know.
Yeah, true. Won't win you the game. Won't lose you one either. Kind of guy. The big story, I guess, even bigger than the quarterback, could be that Washington defensive front. They came off an incredible year last year, and with rookie Chase Young just becoming more and more impressive as the season went on. They're up against another rookie offensive tackle tonight. Big prospect coming out. You could see these two young men going at it all night, and it could affect the game from the inside out and shake Herbert.
Yeah, no, I feel like if they can get the pressure on Herbert early, this could be a very long night for the Los Angeles Chargers. If this line can stand tall, though, and keep Chase Young in the defensive line of the Washington football team, they are it's a disaster waiting to happen here in Washington.
That is agreed. Kickoff is taken for a touchback. We'll see Washington hit the field here first quarter. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, it's exciting to be in the booth, man. It is really exciting to see some good football going here again. It's like we got some good weather here in Washington.
I could not agree more.
Yeah, no, it looks like they're getting their teams ready to get on the field for that first play. They're looking like they've got a 12 formation here, one wide receiver, two tight end, and hand it off, and nowhere.
Heavy set there coming out. That did not see a lot of success. Bosa's going to take down Gibson for a loss. That puts them in a very unideal 2nd and 12 situation. What do you think here? They go back to the run or maybe air it out? Try to get some of that yardage, make it 3rd and manageable.
Personally, I would go to the play action here, see if they get to the run. And, I mean, they're already, stacking 7 in the box here. Yeah. And see, from my perspective, it's looking like a play action play from them. And
play action from Patrick. He's open downfield, and he's just going to overthrow McLaurin. That is unfortunate.
Oh, man, and Terry McLaurin has so much speed, so to overthrow him, he really had some zip on that ball there. Oh, man, that would have been a big 30-yard gain for the Washington football team. 3rd and 12, no. I mean, obvious passing down. How do you look at this here? Do you consider this an early position where maybe we just run it and let it live another day? Or
they come out in a split-back set, so it's possible. Maybe a screen, and he'll drop back in the shotgun. He's going to hit McLaurin on a deep out. That's going to be a first down. Washington, Fitzmagic misses that first throw, but he was picture perfect there on that one.
No, absolutely there. Terry McLaurin also runs a very clean out route there, getting just enough space between himself and the defender. And, able to make a nice catch, get up the sideline for a few yards after the catch. And
back to the run. Still no success.
No, absolutely no success on the ground today for the football team so far. That Chargers defensive line is looking really neat right now. Bosa and that unit look to make an impact throughout the rest of the game and the rest of the season, and they're making a statement very, very early here.
Oh, for sure. They tried, they tried to go away from Bosa on that play, and it just doesn't matter. The other guy stepped up, and another tackle for loss on both their rushing attempts.
Absolutely. See what they do here. Another swing pass there to Terry McLaurin. I think for a couple yards there, it looks like 1 yard on McLaurin. He's been the target on all 3 passes to start the game. We're looking to see if the Chargers are going to adjust to that.
He has. Not a bad concept there, but the outside linebacker was coming out to that flat to cover, so unfortunately an extra man was already in pursuit as the play went on. We'll see them in a 3rd and long here. Fitzpatrick in the gun with Gibson to his left.
I believe this is their 2nd 3rd and long of this drive. They've already converted the first.
Oh, and a quick hot. That's going to be Terry McLaurin again with a first down.
Terry McLaurin's putting his stamp on the game early and often here. We're going to see if he keeps this up for the rest of the game or if this early onslaught of catches is going to wear him down before we even get to halftime.
Yeah, you might need to double him today. Fitzpatrick in the pistol. First down. Ooh, they go to the run again. A couple tackles broken. That's Gibson. Finally, some positive yardage on the ground.
A 4 yards gain there for the football team there, and that's a positive sign. Tackled by Derwin James, though. That's a young name there that I'm really excited to see develop in the league. What do you think of Derwin?
You know what? That the Chargers defense has been just so interesting the last decade or so. You know, they've had big stars, but not a lot of success, and then they've had some no names and then some success. And you know, there are all these young guys coming in. They've really built the ground up on their defense with these draft classes, and it shows the last couple of years.
Oh, we got a big hole there for the Washington football team, and he's going.
That
Oh
is
my goodness,
Scarborough out of the
Scarborough.
backfield. A name that, you know, we didn't think we'd hear a lot today with the rise of Gibson over the last year, but, you know, whatever works for you, that's their longest rushing play.
15 yards there, and it looks like they may go back to him there. They do. Ben Scarborough, I believe, another massive gain there. I believe that's another 5 yards there. Actually,
Yeah,
Barry.
Going to be
this drive
second
keeps
and
chucking.
5. That's very manageable for this Washington offense, and they're officially in solid field goal range. There should be points out of this drive now, do you think?
I absolutely believe there should be, and they've already eaten about half of the first quarter here, so they're absolutely establishing field position, and they are just in control of this time of possession, and that's
Gibson.
cool.
Ooh, Gibson, outside zone rush. They're going to come Joey Bosa's way. Looks like they sent pressure there, and that's another big loss. That's a loss of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 8. All that positive yardage and second down is gone.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing there. We're going to see what they come out and do here. 5 wide. Chargers look to make an adjustment on defense here, as I see a bunch of motioning.
Oh, and it's Bosa. Oh, Fitzpatrick
Oh.
sheds the sack, but it's not going to be enough. Joey Bosa came untouched off the edge, but Fitzpatrick, looking a little spry for the age of 37. He sheds the tackle, but it just doesn't seem to quite click for him as there were about 3 other Chargers coming.
Oh, goodness, yeah. No, Fitzmagic pulling his Fitzmagic there, getting out of that first sack. But, yeah, when the entire defensive line comes free after that point, there's no escaping that.
Real long field goal there. Washington does convert. It gives them 3.
Yeah, 3 points there. That's a good start to the season. I think anybody will be happy with that. They kick off the ball here with Sly, and we may not see a return here as it goes about halfway into the end zone, and they do take the knee. What do you look to see out of the Chargers here on their first possession? Do you look to see them establish the run first? Do you look to see Herbert establish himself?
I think they test that Washington secondary. It's not an especially strong unit. I expect Washington to send pressure pretty quickly here, get some short passes, maybe a little dump off to Austin Eckler or 2. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here. They're playing really off to the sideline there.
Ooh, and a great little HB zone there. Austin Eckler is going to take it all the way up, maybe for a first down.
Yeah, they're marking him a little bit short here on the carry, but we'll still give him about 10 yards on the stat sheet. That's a great way to start the season for Austin Eckler. I don't believe he had 530 yards on the ground and about 116 carries last season. So it wasn't his best year, but I think we're going to start to see him established as the more full-time ball carrier here, and I think we can see a 1,000-yard season out of him.
Yeah, that's quite possible. He comes up again. Same kind of inside play, just trying to get a few yards, and he does. It should be 3 yards, first down. But about Eckler, he was a little banged up last year, struggled with some nagging injuries even in game. I could see if this Chargers offense goes off, him being a 1,000-yard player.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he already had about 430 yards through the air as well. So he does have a presence on both sides of the ball with that, with catching and running. And, I mean, if he can put 1,000 yards on the ground and another 400, 500 yards in the air, I mean, there could be talks of MVP for that man. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, that could be tough for him considering that big catch there made by Mike Williams, a little play action for 15 yards, crosser over the middle. The emergence of Mike Williams has been waited on for Chargers fans for a long time. Early drafted rookie, but has never really shown a full season. Always keeps getting hurt, but maybe he'll come out this year. As Herbert throws
for Herbert? Oh, goodness. Deep throw into heavy traffic there. Triple coverage there, and Herbert manages to escape the first turnover on the season. I mean...
Yeah, that was an ill-advised throw.
Was there anything you could have seen that could have caused him to throw that throw? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, you can trust Mike Williams' big body all you want, but throw it into double, and eventually by the time the ball got there, triple coverage is just never a good idea. It was a first down. Check it down. Don't make the big mistake.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And he does so there, hitting his tight end for a nice little gain of 5-6 yards on the out. He's going to be out of bounds. Stop the clock.
Yeah, Herbert is now 2 of 3 for 31 early in this game. He's looking all right. I mean, outside of that gnarly throw, both of those other passes have been on the money.
Yeah.
We're going to see what they do here. 3rd and 4, whether they decide to come out and hand it off or play action or just...
Yeah, Washington stacks the box here. They might bring a lot of pressure. No, and they'll drop out of it. Hits the hook to Eckler, and he's going to get 12 yards. Look at that.
Yeah, they're down to the 30. They're definitely on the verge of field goal position, if not securely there.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? They lined their two linebackers up right over top of the center, faking blitz. They dropped out of it, but weren't quick enough to get Eckler out of the backfield. He'll take it for 12 yards.
Absolutely. They've got a good spread set here, and hand off to Eckler again, but that's only for 3. It's steadily they continue to move the ball. There haven't been many negative plays on this drive. The Chargers are looking like we expected them to. Quite good on offense. Their defense is looking decent as well so far. I mean, but I think here the end goal for this drive, it has to be a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll set up for 3.
Yeah, that run will bring them to the end of the first quarter. They'll switch sides of the field, but 2nd and 7, a bit of an interesting situation there. This isn't a definitive run or pass play. They can come out in a spread, come out in heavy, either or. We'll see exactly what they do. Here they go. They're going to come out with a tight end and fullback on the field. Washington will load the box. Herbert under center.
I'm expecting to see play action here.
That's like the pass, and Davis is going to get there and knock the seam route away and bring up 3rd and 7. Now this could be an obvious passing down.
Yeah, absolutely here. I believe this is going to put them in a position to bring out 4 or 5 wide.
Eckler motions out. Eckler motions out to be a receiver, stacking the middle linebackers in the center again. There's some seam routes could be open here. Linebacker's going to send. He's got pressure. Gets the ball away.
Wow.
But the pressure is too much. I'll have to kick a field goal.
Pressure is way too much there. Absolutely. We're looking at probably about a 47-yard field goal here. About 44. It should be easily makeable for the kicker here. We should be looking at a tie game. And
got the accuracy.
Good.
Got the distance.
Yeah,
It'll be a tie game.
Tie game here. 9:51 left in the second. Washington will be getting their second possession here, as both teams managed only one possession in the first quarter, managing time of possession, managing to make time of possession their focus. Washington had about a 5-minute drive, and Chargers had about just a little more. But
defense is not making a big impression on those first drives. However, they did come up with some key pass rush pressure, resulting in a sack for Washington football team and a maybe fumble, but he quite just got it forward for Herbert, and we'll see if those defenses can continue this success.
Oh, and Fitzmagic with a wonderful throw to Terry McLaurin there on a play-action boot. It looks like about a 20-yard gain there for them. Terry McLaurin's still continuing to be the prime focus of the offense. I honestly couldn't tell you if I've seen them target another receiver yet.
3 tight ends set here.
Continues to be a focus the rest of the game.
Ooh, Gibson up the weak side of that big stacked line. He's going to make one man miss and get it forward. You know what? That brings him back into positive yardage.
Did you see what the left tackle just did to that pass rush there? He pancaked that man so hard.
He sure
that
did.
Opened up that gap. Oh my goodness.
Not often you see a block like that. Bring out an extra heavy set here again on first down. They're going to try to stretch it. Gibson gets free, but the safety comes down. It'll be a short gain.
short gain, but continuously getting these positive yards. The football team is now starting to establish the run, and what we did not think might have actually been positive or possible for them to do early in that first quarter. They were getting stuffed and just negative gains continuously, and now they've broken off a few 10-plus yarders.
Another under center set, 2 tight ends. They're going to drop back to pass here. It's going to be McLaurin on the drag underneath. He's open. He'll get it up for 8 yards and a first down.
So Ryan Fitzpatrick is now 5 of 6 for 61 yards, with all 5 of those receptions going to Terry McLaurin. McLaurin is showing why he gets the nickname Scary Terry. That dude is just everywhere.
And he's targeted on all sorts of routes. He's been on crossers, seams, and some drags as well. Chargers sending pressure. They get the hit off. Fitzpatrick able to get that ball away in the nick of time. Incomplete.
Yeah, the arm strength on that to get the ball off and not fumble there is actually really impressive, because he took a wallop there. That dude hit the crap out of him.
Yeah, your younger QBs might try to make that throw downfield and flick at the extra yardage, but Fitzmagic knows all you need to do is get out of the hand going forward. Savvy veteran move there.
Another catch for Terry McLaurin there.
Now, this time on the outs, he's going to be stopped really short. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. That brings McLaurin to 6 and 64 in the game, and we're barely into the second quarter. He's been a menace.
Absolute menace. You couldn't have said it better yourself. And you pointed it out. Like, he's running every single route combination, route tree possible in this playbook. And, I mean, they haven't been able to figure out an answer for this man quite yet at all.
It's McLaurin again. He's going to hit the out and post, a really sneaky route. He's going to just hang in behind those hook to curl linebackers in a cover 2 set, it looked like, and it's 1st and goal on the 5.
Both teams out here making a statement here. They were not a favorite team coming into this contest, and I think Hunter was taking that personally, because it's does not seem they are going to go down laying down today. They look like
and a 3 tight end set. Well, spelled much success there and a clear running play. Gibson will only gain about 1.5 yards before being tackled by Joey Bosa and a couple others.
Joey Bosa, we've said his name quite a bit here early in this first half. I believe he's had a few tackles for a loss now, and I think just a tackle there. But, I mean, it's probably 3 or 4 tackles already for that man.
He's going to go to the end zone. It's someone who isn't Terry McLaurin. The defense, we're looking at Terry, looking at the run, and it's Sims who's coming up with a huge catch. And that's what you game plan for.
Yeah, no, all the eyes were now on Terry McLaurin, and Sims was able to just get that first step off on that slant route, and that's all you need to do when you're that close to the goal line. Just throw it down low, make it where your receiver is the only one who can catch it, and easy 6 points right there.
Yeah, great game planning by the Washington coaching staff there. Heavily run-heavy series there. A couple throws to McLaurin for some chunk yardage. When it comes down to the line, they stack the box, force the Chargers to stack the box, and hit a receiver that hasn't seen any action. Smart shit.
It's very impressive there, and Sims is probably ecstatic there. Catches first touchdown pass of the season. Touchdown reception of the season. Herbert drops back, has an out route there to Eckler, and another beautiful throw for Herbert. 4-7-53 yards early. The accuracy wasn't there in a few of the earlier passes, but that was on the money.
And that's why Eckler is that prototype running back we see nowadays. Comes out and runs a deep route. Linebackers just can't keep up with that.
I mean, would you say Eckler would be considered a NFL-type player that is just underrated? Would you say that he fits that label of underrated?
You know what? I think he would. The Chargers have been such an undercover team. They didn't attract a ton of media in San Diego. Being from San Diego and from a poor record. They moved to LA and they become worse than the Jets of LA. I mean, if you think the Jets are a little less popular than the Giants, the Chargers are way less popular than the Rams back in LA. So, not a lot of media attention given to those guys.
Goodness, and Keenan Allen there with a beautiful catch on the crossing route, able to break loose for a few more yards after the catch, bringing Herbert's passing total to 72 yards with a 23-yard reception there. His first of the game. That's what makes Keenan Allen such a versatile threat. His ability to just stop on time and change directions, make all of these cut moves against defenders. They just don't see it coming, and just able to bust out, another 10 yards, catching the ball. It's just thoroughly impressive.
And another delay of game penalty there by the Chargers. Looks like they took a little too long to motion out their receiver.
Yeah, that's sloppiness that just can't be happening in week one if they expect to win this ball game. They're already down by a score. They can't be taking themselves out of positive field position and basically nullifying what was an explosive play on the previous down.
They're going to go play action. It's Cook on the crosser post. Oh, and he's going to break a tackle. Might break another one, but he'll be taken down at the 3-yard line.
What a wonderful play there again by the Chargers. Putting themselves in a 1st and goal on 3. They are starting to cook now in the passing game. If they can continue to just take advantage of these short routes and the dump offs, they might be able to make them into some of these over the top throws that will.
Herbert in the gun from the 3-yard line. Eckler to his left. Eckler's going to go out. Oh, slant over the middle. Jalen Guton wide open. Not a soul over the middle of the field. Monkey could have completed that pass. Extra point away from making it 10-10.
Wow, that was a quick drive. You stepped away from your television, and you would come back and not know what just happened. They made quick work for that there. That was 2-3 explosive plays in a row to get them down into the goal line, and it made it count.
I did love your Cook pun there. Didn't quite get to mention it. Touchdown play was coming off, but quite clever.
Thank you. I do appreciate hearing that. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you got to compliment the guy right next to you, don't you? No better team.
Yeah,
those two teams out there might be pretty good, but I like to think the one up here is even better.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Fitzpatrick,
we'll see that.
heavy
Take
set.
that first down here.
Chargers send pressure. Fitzpatrick's got time. He's going to look deep. Double coverage. Ooh, a contested ball there. McLaurin might have actually played some defense on that play, knocking the ball away.
Sure did. That was another throw that's been just questionable by the two quarterbacks today. I would say these are first week jitters, but even with Herbert, he's no longer a rookie. And Fitzpatrick, he's a veteran. He shouldn't be making those types of reads, but we might have to talk about the first week jitters.
Yeah, pressure's coming. Fitzpatrick did have some more time, but just hoping a prayer there on that one. Comes out
Absolutely.
empty set. In the pocket long time. He's got Thomas over the middle on the dig route. Makes a miss. He's got plenty of space. He's going to move it all the way to the 40. Make that the 42. Opposing territory. That's Logan Thomas.
Logan Thomas out there trying to make a name for himself this season. Wow. That was a big play there. Holy smoked. And looking at the throw by Fitzpatrick, that was just an absolute laser beam.
Yeah, Logan Thomas very effective when healthy. The problem is the health. He'll come out, gun, Gibson on his left. They're going to run the ball. He's got plenty of space. Taken down by Jerwin James. He'll get it up to the 36.
Oh, I could hear those pads hitting from here. Derwin put some heat on that hit.
Yeah, Gibson tried to put the shake on him. Durden's having none of it. To make a 2nd and 4.
Absolutely.
Fitzpatrick in the gun. Another run to Gibson. Yeah, looks like Washington just wanted to see if they could get another run in. Use that 2-minute warning as a buffer. Fortunately, he won't get anywhere on that play. Just over the line of scrimmage. It'll make it 3rd and 2.
We couldn't have a better game here so far for the game of the week. This one's been closely contested throughout of this first half. It doesn't seem like any team's established any sort of momentum here either.
Under center, bunch to his right. He's just going to hit Logan Thomas. Risky throw there. Wow. Just got it over top of the linebacker. Perfect from Fitz Magic. Get him the first down.
Fitzmagic's now sitting at 10 of 13 now, passing in this first half. He is having quite an effective day with these short passes. I think that might be his key to success going forward the rest of the game because it doesn't seem like they're willing to commit to the underneath.
Weak guy under center. Gibson's got some running room. Ooh, good shed there by the Chargers D line. They'll only get a gain of 2. You know, that fullback picked up the middle linebacker blitz excellently, but left everyone with a one-on-one, and it's very difficult to get those big D tackles moved around in a one-on-one. They'll make a tackle for only a gain of 2.
Yeah, no, it looks like the Chargers are not going to allow this team to get the end zone before the end of this half. Oh my God, he broke that tackle, but it brought him back for another 2 yards or so from where he initially was. So,
Yeah,
one on the reception.
I'm surprised the referees didn't give forward progress there. It surely looked like he was knocked off balance and out of bounds backwards, but as they say, again, no challenges yet in the 2-minute. Everything's under review, so.
Absolutely, that is unfortunate. And then just a bad overthrow there by Fitzpatrick. He was trying to put the ball in the only spot his receiver could get it, but he was still about 6 feet over his head with that throw, setting up a 4th and 7. Brings out the field goal unit, and it looks like it is going to be good. Washington football team is going to go up 13-10 with 56 seconds left in the half.
A decent throw there by Fitzmagic towards the end zone. Had some pressure, a one-on-one with Terry. He put it a little long to make sure that ball wouldn't be intercepted. It could only be caught. A decent decision not to take the sack and stay in field goal range. And you know what? With all 3 timeouts, there's potential for a score back here for the Chargers.
Absolutely, that is definitely enough time. 56 seconds, you get a few out routes, you hit a big play, big explosive play, and you find yourself in field goal range real quick. We'll see if Herbert can step up in his first clutch drive of the season. Look.
Washington only sending 4. Oh, and he finds the seam. It's Mike Williams in between that Washington secondary and I believe cover 3. He's going to take him across to opposing territory.
Yes, that was one heck of a catch by Mike Williams. Wonderful ability to see that ball in amongst the amount of defenders he had around him. Herbert, wonderful football IQ, having the knowledge of when to throw that ball and fit.
1st and 10 from the 43. Herbert's got a bunch to his left. Eckler in the backfield, sorry. To the end zone. Jalen Guton, and that's going to be knocked down in double coverage there. He had some men open underneath, went for the end zone shot instead.
Yeah, I don't agree with that decision making there by Herbert. I'm not looking for the end zone in this situation. You've got 46 seconds left and 2 timeouts. You can still afford to take the underneath. Personal opinion.
And he'll do it there. Austin Eckler out of the backfield. He'll take it for a gain of about 11. They'll call their second timeout of the half, 38 seconds left.
That's how field goal range here. Now, the goal is they cannot lose any yards going forward. I would honestly put the ball on the ground here.
Yeah, just in field goal range now.
Establish the field goal.
Washington's still on a nickel set. They will drop back to pass. Chase Young cover for pressure. He just gets it off in time. It's Guton again. Oh, targeted, but this time he is open. He's taken down to the 10. They're going to try to go no huddle here, and Washington going to take a timeout, try to get organized and not give up a touchdown, get in the half with a tie game. The no huddle took the Chargers down to 17 seconds. They still do have 1 timeout left.
It's plenty of time for about 3 plays at the end zone here if they choose to. They could try to advance the ball even if they wish, but they need to make sure that everything is through the end zone or out of bounds.
In the single back, he's going to drop back to pass. He's got pressure instantly. He's going to dump it off to Eckler. He's going to make one man miss, get it up to the 7. They're going to have to call a timeout here.
Yeah, I think they displayed that strategy. Now they're going to have to take the timeout and settle for the 3. If they had done that well, they could have at least 2-3 plays towards the end zone there. But
Yeah,
Poor clock management by the Chargers coach.
yeah, some pressure there. Ended up with a lot of time off the clock as Herbert scrolled out to his left. 7 seconds remaining on the clock. Do you think there's enough time for an end zone shot? Oh, and there will be. Chargers going to take the field, see what they can do. One last play. Going to be a pass, no
Well,
doubt, to the end zone or out of bounds. A quick seam going to be hit to Cook.
Wow! What an absolute monstrous call there by the coach. That is a wonderful call there. Putting them into the end zone. 4 seconds left in the half. Going to be putting them up to fourth and make this extra point. I mean, what an absolute ball there by Justin Herbert.
What guts by a first-year coaching staff to come out in the first game of the year. You know, they could easily settle for 3, go into the half tied, but no. They hit the veteran tight end, big body on the little seam up the middle. He's going to take contact into the end zone. They're going to go up.
I'm just thoroughly impressed there. I go from saying that they're making poor coaching decisions with their time management, and then they impress me with a call like that. Wow.
Washington's going to come out in a dual bunch in the gun. Looks like they're going to try to take a shot. Fitzpatrick way back to pass. Throw it to double to Terry McLaurin. Ball's going to be knocked away by Derwin James. And that'll be the half.
This was an exciting half in our first game of the week here with the RDFL. I was hoping very much so that this would be a tightly contested ball game, and we have been getting exactly what I hoped. What do you expect to see in the second half? How do you think Washington's going to attempt to come back in this football game?
You know, it entirely depends on this first drive. The Chargers do get the ball back in the second half here, and you know, if the Chargers score here, I think that entirely changes the ability for the Washington football team to move the ball. We saw them have a lot of success in the run game. Let's go down 2 scores. If the Chargers convert to the touchdown here, that can be tough to, have enough time to do so. I think it's all on the Herbert right now to see if he can change the game.
I agree. So do you think that Herbert is going to come out aggressive? Do you think they're going to come out and take a couple of deep shots and try to just hit the dagger in early?
Austin Eckler, HB base kind of play to the B gap, and he is going to be stuffed by 2 Washington defenders. It'll be Allen and I believe what was Chase Young, both getting through that offensive line for no gain. Herbert under center, tight end Eckler in the pistol. It's going to be a stretch run play. Eckler's going to get the edge. He's going to have space. He's going to make it all the way up across the opponent's 50 to the 41-yard line. Big play there. They're going to come out again under center. Go back to the run, perhaps. They have 6 men in the box on Washington's side. The D linemen are pretty pinched. They're going to take us inside split play. Austin Eckler, big space again. Make one man miss. Landon Collins comes down with a big hit. Lots of impact there, but it will be enough for the first down. Austin Eckler, 10 yards once again.
6 carries, 43 yards now. Austin Eckler early in the third quarter. You think he's going to get it to 100 today? He did not break 100 yards on the ground once last season. That's going to be a big milestone for him if he can achieve that today.
I think if the Chargers keep the lead and really run out the clock, it's entirely possible for Eckler to reach that 100-yard mark. Because they go deep here to Guton. Big post route, wide open. Whew, that throw was almost a little too far out of bounds, but he'll drag the toes and get it up to the 7-yard line. First and goal.
What a wonderful catch there by Guton. Was he the person that you were going to be expect was the key target for Herbert today?
No, I was not. With the Washington football team lacking a true corner number 1, I was expecting a lot of Keenan Allen action, but you hit what's open as a good quarterback, and he's been open. And around to Guton again. He's going to get up to the 1-yard line before being absolutely smacked. That'll be was that Jackson? I believe so. Yes. Jackson is going to make another tackle. He's got 3 on the night. It'll be a goal line formation now. Herbert making some adjustments before the snap goes off. Time's running out. He's going to hit Mike Williams. Quick little slant route.
Williams.
That's another touchdown
What
for the
a
Chargers. This could be getting out of hand really quick here.
Yeah, this could get out of hand really quick, but we have to see how Washington responds. If they can answer with a quick touchdown themselves, we're still going to have ourselves a ball game. But they cannot respond with anything else but a touchdown. Field goal will not cut it.
That's right. Another extra point is converted. And I think the scary part about that drive was how quick it was. They had some big gainers on that drive, multiple plays over 15 yards, including runs and passes. So even with Washington's touchdown here, they might not want to be too methodical, burn off too much time.
No, they have to be very, very quick with this themselves and show that they can and will score at will with the Chargers. I think the Chargers have to understand that Washington is capable of making those big plays, so that maybe that their philosophy on offense might change and they could get thrown off kilter a little bit. But it does seem like the football team is shook. The crowd is quiet.
Fitzpatrick in the gun, empty set. He's going to hit Gibson, who's motioned out to be a receiver on his right. Breaks one tackle, breaks another. That'll be a gain of 12 on the little hook route. First down. It's dead silent in this stadium, but you know what? That gave him a bit of life.
I definitely do hear some people excited now. Another out route there. Samuel with the catch. Oh, wow. Taking one defender.
And Joey Bosa is going to get all the way downfield to make that tackle. That just shows you the hustle right there from that young man.
That's a machine. Absolute machine.
We mentioned his name a lot, but not downfield like that. Impressive stuff. Fitzpatrick, play action. He's got deep routes going. All are covered. He's all alone. He got plenty of time. It'll be McLaurin coming back to the ball. High receiver IQ there. Big yardage once again. They'll be in the red zone now.
Yeah, that's a really good to see out of Terry McLaurin there. All the routes were covered. All of the coverage was deep downfield, and he just knows to come back. Fitzpatrick under center now. He drops back. Fade to the end zone, and it is incomplete as quarterback was able to get his hands on the ball. Second and 10.
Man-to-man there on the corner route. Usually an open routes in such a concept, but really impressive stuff there to keep in the play and get their hand up on that ball as it came in. Fitzpatrick's now under center. Really heavy set. 3 tight ends. Little misdirection play by Gibson up the middle. Still not much. That's gonna hold Gibson to under 3 yards a carry on this game. He's had some big gainers, but really inconsistent from that Washington O-line so far in the run game.
Yeah, inconsistency seems to be the problem here because on the 3 drives they've scored, they were extremely potent, and there's been oh my goodness, and Fitzpatrick touched it again, hit multiple open receivers there, and he's just pummeled in the backfield, manages to get the ball off.
Yeah,
fourth and 8.
The Chargers bravely send a corner or halfback there on that blitz. It's going to pay off for him.
Very, very nice risk taken there.
Oh, and they'll fail to convert on any points.
Washington missed that field goal. I pulled them right, and they are now down by 11 with 4:06 to go.
Jeez, a crucial field goal missed there. The Minnesota Vikings from earlier today might be rubbing off on them. If you didn't check out that game, make sure to go watch.
15.
Yeah, big draw play there by Austin Eckler in a wideout set, but that's a terrible missed field goal for the game situation there. Not quite as terrible as the Bengals-Vikings game. You want to give that one a watch. It was quite the interesting one this week as well. Eckler up the side after a single back formation. He's going to get, oh, sorry, pardon me, not a single back. They were in the eye. He's going to get 7 yards there. Quite a decent gain. You know, smartly, these Chargers have been pretty much nullifying that front seven of the Washington football team, making their safeties and corners do much of the tackling. You know, it's a good game plan considering how strong that inside line is.
Yeah, and it makes you really, really confident in your front, in your starting linemen on the offense when you know that you can bully around the entire front seven of an entire football team in the NFL. They are just manhandling their way through the defense of the Washington football team right now, and that is why this score is the way it is.
The point might be proven there. Chargers try to go up the middle, which they've pretty much avoided all day. Get stuffed for half a yard on second down. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. Herbert under center again, single back, one tight end to his left. Make some adjustments for the snap. He's going to try to go up the middle again, and he might be short there. Safety coming down as Cam Curl will make the tackle, and they will be short. It's a 4th and 1 on the 50. And a little bit of lag coming in here. They will punt the ball away. This is going to be the first punt of maybe the whole game, if I'm correct. For sure the first one from the Chargers.
It's absolutely. The Chargers have been efficient on every drive so far.
Samuel on the return. He'll get a few yards, but a great punt will result in the Washington football team starting on their own 11-yard line with just over a minute left in the third quarter. It's touchdown or bust at this point.
They just got lucky that they managed to hold them to nothing. And
Ricky Seals-Jones was open on that play, but he's going to miss him wide. Fitzpatrick's been fairly accurate for this whole game, but after play action gets Ricky Seals-Jones open, that's a crucial miss here in the later stages of this game.
Yeah, he started well in the first half, but he's been very cold ever since, and that goes to prove the point right there. He severely underthrows that pass amidst the pressure. He's got to know when to at least break outside of the pocket and try to defend himself. He's just been letting himself get bullied.
Yeah, and on second down, some miscommunication there with Gibson. Fitzpatrick seemed to think he was running it out. Gibson sat and did a curl. It'll be a 3rd and long. And he's going to go back to Terry McLaurin. We haven't seen or heard from much of him since the first quarter. And he's going to hit another seam route. That brings him over 100 yards receiving. And a crucial first down way into their own territory for the Washington football team.
I'm from Terry McLaurin. They're playing out a starter back there on that throw. And it's like we have a full start here by the football team. Yeah. It's just it's poor discipline on that offensive line.
Fitzpatrick, 1st and 15, now in the gun. He's going to drop the pass. He's got a lot of pressure, and he's going to hit over the top. Logan Thomas has it in his hands, but it's going to be knocked out. Solid coverage there from some linebacking core as they were forced to play man with the pressure sent. That's a big drop for Logan Thomas, despite being contested. You know, you need him to come up with those, the big body that he is.
Sir, you absolutely do. He looked like he was struggling.
Oh, and he's going to throw another deep ball, and it's going to be picked off. That's Adderley. He's going to make it all the way to the sideline. He's only got a lineman to miss. Ooh. And you know what?
They're Adderley. Such on the season. What? Dramatic athletic.
Yeah, no one open underneath for sufficient yards, so Fitzpatrick had to send a one-on-one ball, and you know, Adderley's just going to come on top of that, unfortunately, for the Washington football team. I expect some chew clock here from Herbert and the Chargers as they're already in field goal range. An outside run there for not a whole bunch of yards. There are some flags down. It's going to be holding for the Los Angeles Chargers. It's going to be their left guard. Now, we haven't seen a lot of penalties today, but that's a crucial one. You know, another loss of yards on a sack or two, and This Washington football team could force the Chargers to punt and have another shot at this. Herbert back to pass, out of the eye. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to find Keenan Allen open on a deep dig underneath. Jackson can't keep up to him. That's going to be a very long touchdown and a potential sealer for the Los Angeles Chargers as Keenan Allen finds his second target of the day. Another huge gain for the Chargers. He's just such a good route runner, such a sure-handed receiver. Herbert bought time rolling out to his left. And you know what? That's a worthy touchdown right there. 2 plays off of the interception, and what was halftime a 4-point game is now a 31-13 lead for the Chargers in the end of the third.
Yeah, I do believe the Washington football team even did at one point possess the lead. So this has completely swung the other way in the past quarter and a half.
Yeah, Washington football team 13-10 lead with only 1 minute left in the second quarter has quickly flipped around. Fitzpatrick's going to get the ball back under center and single back, and he's going to fumble. More pressure this time sent by the Chargers. Just a slurry of defenders. He's going to hit by 2 at the same time. He's going to come out of the ball. He's been able to throw away a good deal of them so far, but not that time. And that's going to give the Chargers another turnover in opposition territory. They're going to come in on the 19. Another touchdown here is in the cards.
Yeah, this is just a good opportunity for red zone.
And there's that front 7. Well, we talked about it a few times, how they've been avoiding it, but to chew the clock out, Chargers have gone to it a few times up the middle in the second half, and there's just no success there. That's another TFL there by Holcomb, young outside linebacker for the Washington football team.
They look at spurts. It's just been spurts today, and if they look to succeed and have any shot in their division, they need to make those spurts their entire plays on defense. Every single play on defense.
Run up the weak side, only for a few yards before Cam Curl will be down in the box and make the tackle. It'll be a 3rd and 7. You think they throw here or just keep running, take the field goal, and chew that time?
Take the field goal, chew the time, get out of here with a W. There's no sense in risking Herbert's health.
And that's exactly what they'll do. Washington's ready for it. A loss of 2 on the stretch play there, but I don't think the Chargers quite care about that one as they'll bring the field goal team out and widen that lead by even more.
Yep, field goal bring it up to a 3-touchdown lead, and the clock is running in the 4th. It's going to be a crazy, crazy day if the football team comes back from here.
Yeah, there are miracles, but this one might be a little bit beyond that. I'm not quite sure what's more hopeful than a miracle, but we might need to get some studio guys to look that one up for us. Quite the impressive display if there's any sort of competitive game now.
Absolutely. Once we come into the terms of this being, we have to look at teams who played here today. Looking at the Washington football team, as the score looks for them right now, are there positives that you think that they're going to be able to take away from this ball game?
You know what?
Anything to think about going forward?
I think there are. Despite the offensive play of points put up on the board by this Chargers team, it's actually, they did a great job on defense looking at the score. They've only allowed 300 total yards, which you wouldn't expect out of a 30-point offensive game. They've been had in some very poor field position by turnovers. They've stopped the run pretty effectively, especially up the middle. Their DBs and that secondary could always use some work. They've been trying with additions like Cam Curl, but just not quite good enough and consistent enough from that whole line today to really make a difference and keep the game competitive in the second half.
With that all being said, what do they need to just immediately improve on? What cannot be going on in week 2 for them to succeed?
I think they got a little too far away from their running game when it was still close. Fitzpatrick forced some deep throws because they were getting into some 3rd and long situations. because they were trying to throw the ball on first and second down a little more often than they were in that first quarter. Not as many heavy sets, not as many rushing attempts from Antonio Gibson and company in the second half, and that puts the pressure a lot on an aging quarterback. And other than Terry McLaurin, I'm going to say not a very talented receiving core. Yes, Samuel is just going to let that one hit him right in the chest on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete on what should have been a first, but is yet another turnover inside their own territory.
They're just going to be taking over at 28. Let's see them run out the clock, or at least try to.
Austin Eckler out of the game as Jackson now taking carries. He's going to take a weak zone play up for 9 yards. He's 2nd and 1. And they're just burning time now.
It's fortune through it. No, the Chargers, with this win, it's a 21-point win. You said yourself. So offense does have
Eckler back in. You're going to take that fullback and just run him up the gut. They're going to get enough yardage for the first down and a little bit more as Eckler stumbled forward for a couple extra. Herbert under center again. Some extra wideouts this time on first down, but I still expect a run here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's Jackson again. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards, but there is a flag, and that's going to be Feeler again, the left guard. It's a second holding penalty here in the second half.
So as we were talking about the football team on their pros and cons, what do you look at the Chargers? What were their strengths today?
The Chargers defense did an excellent job of creating some turnovers late, but I think those were the byproduct of an incredibly efficient offense. When they got the ball, they went downfield with a slurry of different play combinations. They're hitting some deep crossing routes, they're hitting a tight end, they're hitting a running back out of the backfield, and that running game wasn't too shabby either. Lots of their stuff up the middle got stuffed, but they were able to find some lanes on the outside and give Eckler some yardage. And now in crunch time, that offensive line is really dominating.
Yeah, it's like the front seven for Washington is extraordinary. Say that they get pressured and it's one of the few times they've done it today. It just all around.
Yeah, one of the only pressures seen from this Washington front in the second half. And, it's really only due to that holding penalty taking them back so far. It'll be a 3rd and 18 now. And again, I think they just run this ball out. No risks. You hand it to Eckler, a more sure running back than Jackson to keep hold on this one. And they're going to try to attempt another field goal here.
7 yards now from Austin Eckler on the ground. I don't know. He's putting his stamp on the game.
Ooh, and that one will be wide.
Point game. Looks like we're going to be seeing a change of quarterback here for the Washington football team. It looks like Taylor Heineke will be making his appearance against the game. Here's that Fitzpatrick is done for the day. I mean, what do you think?
No,
should that decision have been made earlier?
No, I don't think so. I think Fitzpatrick is their quarterback for this year until otherwise. Taylor Heineke might have had a good playoff game, but Fitzpatrick has been proving himself around the league for years and years and years. He's their quarterback until otherwise, I believe. I think at this point it's more of an injury thing. He's not exactly the man he was when he entered the league all those years ago. So maybe some injury prevention from this very, very pressured offensive line they have. Maybe a chance for Taylor Heineke to see what he can do.
It's far wide. His receiver does drop the ball there.
And if I believe I'm correct, that'll be Samuel again with a drop. There was some more contact there, but that's a catch you expect from an NFL receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a catch.
And he's going to hit the rookie Brown on a really close pass deep out there. Ooh. That corner almost jumped it in man coverage, but it might have just went right through the DB's hands and into Brown's. That'll be a gain of 7 on the out. Heineke's first completed pass. It'll be 3rd and 3. Ooh, in the gun. Heineke did not read the man coverage. It'll be Derwin James coming down to make the knock. Make the knock on the ball as Logan Thomas was trying to run a flat route, trying to gain just that tiny bit of yardage they needed. 4th and 3, they'll go for it, and Heineke is once again under center.
Derwin James has had a really significant impact in this game, and it really shows that he is a very talented man, very dangerous in the field.
And another throw to Samuel. He's going to hold on to this one for a gain of 5. It's a first down. It's a much needed first down on 4th. Heineke dropping back deep to pass. He's going to look really long for Samuel. He's going to throw it as far as he can, and it's too far for anybody to get after. 2nd and 10.
Right there, but the inaccuracy of that is just player Heineke, buddy.
Heineke in the gun, bunched to his right, is in the pocket. He's looking for something deep, and he's got Brown again. He's going to be down the middle of the field on the seam. He's going to score. Man, that safety went up for the kill shot interception. Coach might be knocking him for that one. Is in such a lopsided game, and they're just trying to get the ball back to kill time. A knockdown is a more advisable play there, but goes for the big interception on the stat day, and that's going to leave rookie Brown for his first touchdown catch in his first NFL game.
Do you think that they still have a shot in this ball game if they get this 2-point conversion here, Boom?
Well, it depends entirely on the 2 points, and they're going to go back to Scary Terry. A little swing screen there. Oh, and you know what? That does bring the game. It's reasonable. Let me tell you that. 34-21. Only 3:51 left in the game. I'd say no, sir. This Chargers offense has been too consistent in this whole game for them to get 3 and outed here, I believe. I think this game is still out of reach.
I think so, too. If they manage to get the 3 and out, they're in position for a very interesting finish.
And I could be wrong, but Herbert is... I could be wrong about that, though, as Herbert is taken to the sidelines. It'll be Easton Stick taking snaps here. You know, that truly cements the fact that the Chargers think this game is over. You know, they're up they're up basically 2 scores, and their running game has just been dominant in this second half, despite that really menacing Washington front 7. Easton Stick might just have to hand the ball off for 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's see if they can do it.
And once again, this will be the 3rd time this game where a wide receiver motion has just taken too long. Now, I'd blame this on the rookie Stick, but Herbert's done it twice in this game, and it might just be clock management getting the plays in from this coaching staff first year.
Yeah, they're still trying to get the system and small ups, but definitely not how you want to show. Oh, and that's a big run on 2nd down. Should be a gain of 9 there for Jackson. Put him in a 3rd and 1 position, but going back to the point, that is not how you want to show up on week 1, having your offense half installed and not being able to get your plays in time.
No, definitely not. It created a 2nd and long that was crucially gained there by Jackson. He creates a 3rd and 1, sticks in the gun. Let's see what happens here. Eckler's to his right. They're going to run it up the middle. They blitz. Eckler's got room. He's going to get all the way down, right around midfield. He's going to be at the 48. And you know what? That brings Eckler 8 yards away from the 100-yard mark this game.
Yeah, Eckler's looking really good here. He's definitely making the mark on the season early. And if he can get those 8 yards, it's going to be the first time, I think, in the first season that this man has broken 100 yards on the ground. So it's going to be a big mark for him.
Yeah, usually more of a passing threat, which he did show in the first half. The second has not required that, so they've handed the ball off in the backfield a lot to him and Jackson here in the 4th. as Easton comes it again in a heavy formation, 2 tight ends and a fullback. And they will hand the ball off again. It's this time to Joshua Kelly, who's going to be rocked across the first down marker. My mistake. The referees are going to get him just short. First carry for oh my goodness, my apologies. First carry for Kelly. Lots of cuss sounds there. Because they're going to be in another heavy set, 2nd and inches.
This looks like you were right there. That this offense just was not going to get put off the field in 3 plays. And I mean, at this point, I think they're 1 play away, or this first down away from kneel downs. And I think we should start seeing them now.
And Jackson will barely get there. He broke the first tackle from Payne, I believe, to just get across that lane. And they're going to need the rest of this game out. Easton Stick will get on the stat card with some negative rushing yards, unfortunately for him. But, maybe some good experience for the young guy as a backup, just in case Herbert ever goes down.
The Los Angeles Chargers are going to start off 1-0 on the season. Herbert looked really good today. The entire offense looked good, and that defense looked menacing, holding the Washington football team in check until the latter parts of this ball game. Washington football team, however, will fall to 0-1 on the year. They will be taking on the New York Football Giants next week. The Los Angeles Chargers will be taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, that Dallas Chargers game, it could very well be a game of the week on its own. Now, as they're going to kneel this out one more time, end the game, Easton Stick, there it is. That's official, folks. Your final score, the LA Chargers 34, Washington Football Team 21. A home loss for the Washington Football Team, and a real heartbreaker. They really wanted to get this opening win, get some opening momentum after, they won the division last year at a 7-9 record, but another winnable division this year, and that's not how you want to start it off.
No, it's definitely not how you want to start off the year, but as you said, they can definitely build from this. They can definitely find ways in which to better their program. They just might be in for a little bit of a rough start to the year until they get this playbook installed and get their system figured out.
Yeah. As for the Chargers, a really dominating display from them. I gotta say, just impressive stuff all around, especially from that quarterback back there. He had multiple receiving targets from multiple gains. Really no one player that made the huge difference.
Yeah, he was great seeing the whole field. If his first read wasn't there, he was able to see his second, his third, his fourth. He was hitting his checkdowns. He saw the deep targets. He saw everything on the field. And that to me is extraordinarily impressive. He showed us that in week 1 or year 1 as a rookie. And it looks like he has already been able to build on it today, as I do not believe he had an interception today. So I believe that another multiple touchdown, no interception game to start his early career. And I think Herbert's going to have a productive season this year.
I couldn't agree more. Well, that'll be it from us up in the booth today. Tune in next week for another exciting game, hopefully. We'll be here all week long, every week, giving you the biggest coverage all the time. This will be us out for RDFL Week 1.